Okay, so for our last Don't Assume video of the month, it's what do we mean by co-requisite? So I know I've been talking a lot about co-requisites lately, and this is definitely, again, one of those things where sometimes people are like, oh, we all know what we mean by that, but we don't. So let's go into what it can be perceived as and what it actually operates typically as. So the idea of co-requisite, co meaning you're going to do some course at the same time as some other course. But it's not just like a concurrent course, like you might be taking your calculus at the same time as your physics. The way that we mean co-requisite is somehow combining, instead of taking the prerequisite content the semester before, it's the idea of taking it at the same time as the college content that is the end goal that you're trying to get at. I was guilty of this, as many faculty are. My mind was like, oh, so we're supposed to glue beginning and intermediate algebra to, say, college algebra, or beginning and intermediate algebra and glue that to statistics. And so you're like, how many credit hours is that? How do I accomplish all this content when I'm trying to accomplish all this content? And that is a lot of times how we perceive that that's what it means, but that's not usually what it means. Okay, so co-requisite means that we're starting with the idea of the college level course. We're not starting with the assumption of beginning and intermediate algebra. We're starting with the college level course, and we're saying, what might the student struggle with that's more at the developmental level that they need more help with? Instead of taking that content out and making it a standalone prerequisite course, we're going to do that content with additional time in the same semester. So if they're taking a liberal arts math class, and we know they struggle with a lot of things with percentages, we're not going to have a pre-algebra separate class that they have to take before. We're going to have a couple hours extra a week that we work with those students who need that extra help, and we're going to work with them on percentage problems, some problems from the things that we're doing in the class, just having more time with them, and then also sometimes just those skills, going deeper with them and having a chance just to work on them outside of the context in the college level course, just so we can improve the understanding, I'll get it said, of those skills. Okay, so what happens is sometimes when faculty hear that, they're like, how is that different than supplemental instruction? How is that different than the recitation sections that a lot of us did when we were teaching assistants and grad assistants back when we were working on our degrees? And the difference is that our co-requisite course, it's not just we come in once a week, like a recitation, and ask students, hey, what are you having trouble with on homework? And you have a quiz and you see them, and it's, you see them next week. It's not like that. It's, the idea is there is an instructor. It might be the same or different instructor than the one that's teaching the college level course, but it's a thoughtful approach to the content and the skills that they need to be successful in that college level course. Yes, we're going to listen to see what are the students struggling with, and we're going to use that to guide the different things that we work on that week. But it's not just homework, answering homework questions and taking a quiz. There's actual instruction, there's actual instructional techniques, it's thoughtful. And another key difference is it's not just the math. In co-requisite courses, a key component of them, anybody, you talk to anybody that teaches them, they will all say this: we're always talking about study skills. We're always talking about what does it mean to be successful as a student? Because if you've taught freshmen in college, it's not always just the math or whatever content you're teaching. It's not always just the discipline area. It's that they're not ready for the expectations, the rigor, the pace, managing themselves, responsibility, that kind of thing, a lot of them are not ready for, and they need more guidance with. So co-requisites are a real course. They usually have a grade. Sometimes they might be pass fail, but they usually have a grade. They're tied directly to the class in supporting the college level class in every way that the student needs, which is going to be content, but also study skills and college knowledge so that they are successful in their college level classes. So I hope you enjoyed this series. Reach out to me if there's other ones that you're like, we need to have, what is the definition of blank? I'd love to hear more from you, and we'll continue this series if there's more that you'd like to do. Have a wonderful day.